everyone! It's alive! It's alive!
Welcome back, everyone, to Dark Side of the Foundry. It's been a bit of a turbulent month. We had some issues with real life, as is life is wont to do. But we're back. Last time, oh boy. What didn't
Also,
happen
rest
last
in
time?
peace, Rhythm.
Indeed, Flix, rest in peace. During some downtime.
No, Rhythm.
Oh yeah, Rhythm,
The-
rest in peace. God. I keep forgetting how much I miss that damn program every time we play D&D. So, I'm sorry everyone, but there is not going to be any music, concerning the fact that we can't use any Discord bots at all. Thanks, YouTube.
The worst timeline.
We're in the worst timeline indeed. However, last time was quite a turbulent set of events. Outside of the group just kind of getting through the day and mostly kind of keeping to themselves and trying to really process everything that has happened the past few weeks with them. Flix. Hold on. God damn it.
Did we lose a Nova?
Sorry, kitten. Emergency. Kittens were getting into cords and got tangled. It's okay now. Anyway, Flix went off and kind of did his own thing as he is wont to do, but wound up running into quite a bit of trouble along the way. He made himself known to the lords while they were in the middle of one of their council meetings, and regrettably wound up being chased by Madarakt and his guards. After a bit of a chase and eventually catching up with the rest of the group, Flix essentially went one-on-one with the Matter Lord in the advent that he spared his friends.
And I won.
Yeah,
I
sure.
lost horribly. Horribly.
Flix actually surprisingly held his ground rather well before Madarakt inadvertently knocked him and cut him down. But before Madarakt could destroy Flix's soul for good, there was a bit of a divine intervention in the form of the two negative and positive primordials, Astrov and Zenith. They spirited away Flix's soul to somewhere else, leaving the party in unceremonious silence as Madarakt and his guards left. Trying to cope with the situation, they eventually went to the plane of water, of all places, considering the fact that that is where negatives tend to conjugate, especially currently with Auntie's Tavern being under lockdown. Thinking that potentially they might be able to get in with the two lords, quote unquote, in order to find out what has happened to their fallen friend. When we last left them, they were inside of the break room of Greed's Casino, relaxing, coming to terms with everything that has happened, and off the clock, some things exploded. Pride eventually joined the group, only to find that he was in way over his head with the turmoil the group that was going through. And I believe Rose left the break room.
That is right.
Where is everyone else? Just a refresher. Where is everyone in accordance to the break room?
Freyas followed Rose, and then after their conversation, she decided to wander off.
Okay. And where are Tibbs and Various?
I believe they're still in the break room.
Okay. We'll briefly turn the camera over to Freyas, actually. Freyas, as you begin to wander the casino, can you give me a random 1d20, please?
No,
I don't want.
it's trap. Don't do it.
Give me that 1d20!
Oh, okay,
Okay.
that's not bad.
Come on, craps table.
As you're beginning to wander the casino, you're more or less going around aimlessly. You're following the sort of purple-colored carpet around, which usually dictates where foot traffic tends to go, and you pass by several tables of various creatures, shapes, and sizes that are either gambling, they're playing slots, cards, and the like. Nothing really stands out to you until you reach what looks to be a sort of elevated area that looks to be a bar. They have various drinks on tap, and there is one bartender currently working. You don't recognize them at all. They seem to be just some sort of a, from what you can tell, they seem to be made out of crystal, almost a blue, almost aquamarine style crystal, as if they were just a living humanoid made of this stuff. So their hair is kind of crystalline and kind of flopped over to one side, covering half of their face. And they're wearing a pretty nice, like a bartender's kind of a suit deal with like a white top, an apron, black slacks, and the like. There's not many people out here. Up on this little elevated area, considering most of them are out on the floor gambling, but they do notice you, and they motion for you to go ahead and sit down at the bar. Do you take the
Well,
invitation, or do you move on?
yeah, she has nothing better to do. She'll go over and sit down.
Okay. And the bartender kind of looks you over before taking out a glass and beginning to put what looks to be some sort of syrup on the bottom of it. Looks to be sort of a blue colored syrup, followed by what you can definitely tell is club soda, so seltzer water, to kind of create some sort of a fizzy blue beverage, and places it in front of you. It's like, well, you look like you've been through hell tonight.
I'm like halfway through sneeze. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. She looks at the drink and will be like, "There's been some unfortunate circumstances, but I'm sure we can all move on from it eventually."
Eh, life tends to be like that, you know. Shit goes weird, shit goes south, but usually it always gets better.
Yeah, it definitely is quite different from, well, wherever I'm from, and
Where you,
a lot different with people.
if you don't mind me asking, where are you from?
Just, oh gosh, I don't remember the player's handbook.
Can you actually roll me a wisdom save?
Oh, right.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh, right.
You can't recall the exact name of where you're from. You know you're from somewhere outside the plains, but the name escapes you.
I'm sure that's fine.
Does she at least know the quote unquote general location where tieflings usually originate from?
No.
Hmm.
You swore you knew what that information was, but it's like it's on the tip of your tongue, but you can't force yourself to remember it.
She looks like she's about to say something. Looks like she's thinking something over. Looks down at the glass, kind of both hands on it now. It's like kind of rubbing her thumbs along the rim. It's like, well, there's one of the problems. Uh, Giving its light.
Hmm. I'm not expecting any concrete answer. We got people from all walks of life that come through this place. Outsider, primordial, fey, whatever it is that lays between. Got a lot. You see a lot of people when you serve drinks all day.
Probably see some cards too.
See a lot of brawls actually.
Well, with a person like Greed, sure there isn't that many.
The boss is pretty tight knit with the shit, but you can never predict what a patron's gonna do. You know, someone might lose everything that they have and take it out on the dealer, or take it out on the person next to him. It's kind of what you get with the casino business, you know.
You know, people aren't that much different from animals. Once they're cornered to a certain point, whatever comes about, first thought.
Yeah. You've ever gotten in any such situations like that before with yourself?
I'm sure. Oh my gosh, I cannot brain today.
It's okay. Take your time. The guy seems
She'll
pretty chill. Pun
she'll.
intended.
Gosh dang it. She'll look up and be like, "Well, I'm not sure if you've heard the news of what Glacia has been saying, but a giant hole was probably something we helped caused."
Oh, so you're part of that group. Thought you looked familiar. I'll honestly say that Glacia's rendition of your group has been quite spectacular. Really kind of closed you guys up.
I really train. Uh, I, I, he's probably, they're probably playing it up much better than it is to begin with, but I'm sure it's for whatever show.
Eh, you'll learn to get used to the spectacle here in the big city, you know. Especially when it comes down to the Lord who's trying to make sure that he keeps his position, all that stuff. Of course, he's gonna use any advantage, if all possible. But good to know you guys are still kicking around.
Yeah, for the most part. Gonna probably finally take a drink of the drink offered.
It tastes like a blueberry soda.
Noise.
That's basically it. Well, regardless of what happens, I'll say that several of us are definitely thankful for what you guys did. I didn't even realize I lost my companion until that veil lifted. So thank you.
Yeah, it was the moment that veil was gone. I'm sure it was hard on. Heck, I think even some of the staff was
Yeah.
gone under greed, under
Yeah.
Glacia. We lost. Well, it was more of a pet, but pets are still quite important.
All in all, every spark of a soul is important, you know? Doesn't matter if they're a pet, person, or whatnot. You gotta learn to value everything around you, right?
All lives have a purpose somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Can I get you something to eat?
No, I just seem to be killing time right now. We've had a moment in the Foundry, and honestly, I'm just looking for distractions. You wouldn't
Oh,
happen to have a name, would you?
well, let's hope you're in a place full of distractions, actually. But, there's gonna be a live show performing up in about an hour here, led by old Jasmina. If you want to go catch that, it's down in the West Hall.
If she'll actually take note that they didn't say anything about name and just give a few nods and be like, if the rest of our little troop doesn't want to wander out right away, I'm sure we'd all like a little break from the events that have been happening lately.
And go ahead and take the drink with you. Everyone knows where. And anytime, and when you're finished with it, just set it on one of the tables. Cleanup crew would usually grab that stuff.
Hmm. Last place I went to, they just said make sure it's somewhere easily accessible or put back and cleaned.
But, yeah, hang in there. Some people may not appreciate what you guys have done, but most of us do.
Well, the best I could say is you have a good night. I hope some of the more of the weirdness starts to go away by our hand or the Lord's. And thank you for the drink and your time.
Have a good night, miss. And then, as Frias leaves the bar area, you'll turn the camera to Rose. Rose, where have you wandered off to?
Rose is going to look for Pride.
Going looking for Pride. Pride is currently sitting out what near is usually the coin counters sort of area. You know how usually when you go to a casino and you bring your chips in to get them cashed out, how there's a sort of a kiosk or almost a bank teller kind of thing with people behind it that exchange the currency. He's kind of off to the side of that, down the hall from where the break room was, and he's kind of leaning his back against the wall, fidgeting a little bit, but seems uneasy.
Mm-hmm. Rose will approach Pride then. Oh, so this is where you ducked out to.
Yes, I I can understand why so much of the emotions are running so high there, considering what you've all been through, but that is a little too much for me to handle. He definitely
Yeah.
seems winded.
Yeah. Rose kind of starts pacing in place for a moment, back and forth, just a few steps in between, and then we'll look back, staring directly at Pride's mask. I fucked up, Pride. I fucked up real bad.
There's not a lot you can really do. Things happened. You can't always control the people around you.
Yeah,
Sometimes things will slip out, sometimes things that need to be said. Sometimes you need to rip the band-aid off rather than peel it off slowly.
I'm painfully starting to realize that.
After everything you've been through and losing your friend, there's no real right course of action in many of these cases and scenarios because everyone's going to feel different, everyone's going to react differently.
I mean, it doesn't make sense that if this was anywhere else but the plains, that'd be it for Flix. It would be game over. And I mean,
Mhm.
I guess technically here he's gonna have a second chance, but at the same time, it's like that's something that should
What?
be almost feel like we're being celebrated about, and yet still can't help but think about the circumstances behind it all.
Yeah. Maybe this was just me, but your friend was in quite a bit of a downward spiral. He was going through something internally. I couldn't pinpoint what it was myself through the few interactions we had, but there was certainly something he was not telling all of you. And that was eating away at him, no doubt.
He kept going on about his fame mentor Jericho and
Mm.
something. It just seemed like the whole search for him just kind of, I guess, took its toll until I guess just Flix got pushed one too many times by it.
And typically, when people are pushed too far, they'll react in such a way. But whatever happened is something only he knows. Or, wow, rather they currently know.
Mm. How are things going with I guess Flix's successor at this point?
Well, we were able to stabilize their soul. It's not difficult for Astra and Zenith to do. There was, of course, the need for the opposite side of the coin, as they say. Considering the fact I lost my partner some time ago, I volunteered. So at least that balance was adjusted accordingly, because currently there is a distinct lack of positives. A very distinct lack of positives, and right now there is a very strong imbalance of us all. I have a bad feeling we might be starting to see that in the coming days.
What even brought about this imbalance to begin with?
A similar issue as to what you witnessed today. The lords, several of them do not see us as primordials, Rose. Most of them view us with the same malcontent that they do to outsiders. They see us as unnatural and unneeded. A glitch, as some may call us. And therefore, their duty, at least in their minds, is to get rid of us. Few have chosen to ignore this and have allied with us, such as Leonard and Glacia. Though the rest, I'm afraid, are the exact opposite minded.
Sometimes we're in, huh?
Indeed. Though I can understand their viewpoint, as us being what we are is a change to their status quo, a change to everything that is around them and will be and has been. In fact, the entire reason we even exist is because that imbalance existed.
Maybe, just maybe. I don't know, Pride. The more I think about this situation, the more I think about how things are run, all the traditions around here. Like, maybe this change was inevitable. Maybe this change is something that needs to happen.
And you'll see Pride actually not in agreement with you. And you're right. Something needs to change. The old blood has become cold, hard, and unmovable. Pay in mind that nature was brought upon by pain, betrayal, and eons upon eons of torment, of war. It's going to be slow change, but it does need to happen.
Hmm. Maybe some of those changes need to happen sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm. And I have a feeling that one of those changes is coming. Considering if it doesn't happen, everything's going to be gone. As I'm sure you've witnessed so far.
Rouse will not over Pride. Oh, well, I guess I better go.
Yeah.
See where the others are at, and maybe cooler heads have prevailed by now.
I saw the red one, Miss Frias, head toward the bar area if you want to catch up with her. But I
Okay.
haven't seen the other two leave the room yet.
I figured as much. But yeah,
So,
I'll go check on Frias, and we'll go from there then.
all right. Once we're ready to take you over to where your companion is, I'll let you know.
Rouse will give another silent nod, and then we'll walk away.
Okay. And as Rose walks away from Pride, we will cut back to the break room where Tiberius and Varius are still at. They are currently both alone in the room.
Um,
I believe the last thing that Tiberius asked you, Varius, was to tell him about your family. And you asked him if you'd like to sit or walk.
Doesn't quite matter right now, does it? Just talk.
and Various will start to go on about his family and about some of the good times. Um, he talks about his brother and 2 sisters and his 2 parents, one of which I believe Tiberius met at some point.
Yep.
And generally just starts getting lost in telling like old childhood stories and about how his family sort of mattered to him and how is sort of because he's quite well realized by now the name like the word family is not a positive thing in Tiberius's eyes. He's trying to specifically lean towards stories sort of showing why in his own eyes it's a much more positive term. And some of the stories that he tells about are like the time his brother decided that he wanted to ride the family's capybara and basically got taken on a wild ride all the way to the forest before he got bucked off and um various things like that.
Various things.
Listen, I didn't think about it when I chose his name.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And oh, sorry.
As you two were talking, there is a knock at the door. So just a little.
It's one of them here to kill us. Just tell them they can wait a few moments.
I'm I hope not. And he'll go and sort of trudge towards the door before opening it.
And on the other side of the door is not someone you have seen before yet. It is a rather large, very humanoid figure, but they're very rotund in body shape. But the first thing you see, especially Various, is that at their midsection is indeed a mouth. But they seem to be holding. They seem to be a very humanoid-looking figure. For those of you who have been a part of the Patreon live stream, this is Gluttony, one of the other negatives. They have almost, I'd say, dark chocolate colored skin, probably a bit more on the burnt side of things, while their hair is very much a sort of like a marbling of different colors that range from whites to tans and kind of almost shimmers as if it's constantly flowing. They have a very, I would say, almost chef's like apron kind of on, well, at least around the midsection where the mouth is, to the point where it's almost as if the mouth is the lip of the apron. And they seem to be holding a box in their hand and kind of look down at you. You can't see their eyes. In fact, you can only see their mouth and nothing else of their facial features before they kind of look down at you. It's like, oh, mind if I come in? I have a bit of a delivery from a friend.
Is it an assassin?
No. My
Various. Oh, sorry.
my partner, Kipling, decided to send you guys something over while you're waiting for your friend to kind of get their bearings.
Various is just sort of is at the perfect height to just be looking at this giant mouth filled with teeth.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of teeth.
And then slowly look up.
I posted the
Slowly
picture.
step back.
I posted a picture of Gluttony and Kipling in the OC.
Why the twins? What's going on? I thought you said it wasn't an assassin.
I mean, I could just leave the box with you and I can get on my way. The voice definitely seems to be coming from the mouth that's on the stomach.
Staring at the stomach. Do you have to sign anything?
No, I was just meant to drop this off for you. I know you guys are kind of going through a bit of a turbulent time.
Well, it hasn't eaten us yet, Various. Stop being afraid.
They are, I think, right. Thank you.
But they'll kind of hand you what looks to be a sort of pink cake box.
It's a carnelian. Aw, you shouldn't have. Tiberius will take the box and just kind of slowly back up and slowly close the door with his foot.
And
Here's-
you'll hear, and once the door closes, you'll kind of hear a small like, "Oh, okay," before you hear him trudge off.
C note. I love gluttony. But ideally, that's really unnerving to Various and likely Tiberius too to have a giant toothy fanged mouth at
yeah,
eye
especially
level.
at their eye level, yeah. But yeah, Tiberius, you are currently holding. I'd say it takes actually most of your arm length to hold this box, considering it's a lot bigger with you holding it than the much larger figure.
Right. Do we open this or do we wait for Rose to return in case it's some kind of explosive?
I-
The box.
I don't think that they're.
Tiberius is
don't
going to
think that's an
slowly tilt his head with one ear drooping down and one eyebrow raising as he looks towards Various when he says, I don't think.
I don't think it is an explosive. Sorry, that just I wasn't expecting all the teeth suddenly in my face.
We've had things made of literal fire that we are calling a friend, and you're afraid of something that has teeth in its belly. It was unnerving, yes, but you have to learn how to keep your face a little more less discernible. I could have.
Says you.
Excuse you?
You're the one who started acting strange.
Oh.
Let's just see what's in the box.
All right, but if it explodes, I'm calling you out on it.
We can haunt each other.
You know how I feel about ghosts. They don't exist.
I still say that they do.
Yes, yes. And you believe in the magical rabbit that leaves presents under the burrow, hmm?
No, I stopped that quite a long time ago.
2 months is not that long ago.
Says you.
At least we've got our banter back. Shall we go find the others? This has become rather vexing. I'd rather hurry up to get Flix back into our ranks.
Yes, but let's take a look in this box.
Mhm.
Very well, very well. Is there a table we can put it on?
There's multiple tables around the break room, yes.
A little bit of help. It's kind of heavy.
Fine. And he'll move to help as still in a corner next to a destroyed couch is Belua.
Mm-hmm.
As Varys is helping him, he's going to kind of like watch him, then slowly turn to look to Belua, and then back to Varys, like, really? Not going to have him do it. All right.
Don't even know
Do,
like I
do you
can't.
want to interrupt him?
Well, if it's cake, he's not getting any.
But,
Do you want to deny him cake?
He can mope on his own time. And we don't. If it is cake, we don't tell him. That way, he doesn't know it's cake, and he doesn't know what he's missing. What's wrong with you?
You hear just a grunt from the corner.
But as you set the box onto the coffee table and begin to open it up, you actually see a rather familiar sight. It is a box full of donuts. You actually, in that moment, remember Flix quite enjoyed these, but there is a small note on the inside of it that seems to be written from someone that's simply titled K. And it says, "Hope this helps. Don't worry, you'll see them soon."
By the twins, who in the bloody hell is this K? Oh, Kip. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Well, wouldn't I eat this without Flix around, so I guess we'll be carrying this. Or, oh, Belua!
The great big eidolon slowly raises up.
Would you like to carry a present to Flix?
It slowly looks back and then starts to trudge over, or he starts to trudge over and takes the box with both big paws, like probably forefinger and thumb on each corner.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
not super heavy, I'd say, but your arms might get tired carrying it for too long. Considering I'd say it's about
No,
hold on.
you misunderstand. It's manual labor.
It's about a dozen donuts inside there.
It's
I'd say.
manual labor, something that Tiberius doesn't do.
Well, it's about a dozen donuts.
There we go.
Tell you
Yes,
would know
why?
like it. Wait, that's how the Bakers doesn't at all. I want donuts now. I mean, inside of it, you can see at least 2 jelly filled, 2 cream filled, some old fashions, some with sprinkles, some cake donuts. It's a good spread. Too bad. Too bad.
Belua has become guardian of the donuts. None shall have some before it is time.
Now we can ensure that no one takes one without properly being vetted by our towering death rabbit.
His design is based upon a mythological beast.
The towering death rabbit.
The towering death rabbit, yes, I know.
Fine.
All you're missing are horns.
Blah, blah, blah.
He has antlers.
Those aren't horns, those are antlers. Completely different.
Spooky he is.
But it's accurate to the mythological beast.
But it's not as scary. Like, look at them. Ooh.
Do you want to be scored by 1 point or several points?
Several points just allow you to get in between them.
Let's go find the others, and I'll probably need to talk to Rose.
Yes, and not a mention to them about anything that happened. Right?
I suppose.
I think them knowing who my sire is quite enough information for them today, or their tiny little minds may explode.
Yes, I can understand.
After you, he opens the door.
Various strides out with Belloa, sort of doing their prowl after them.
Mm-hmm. And as you leave the break room, Various and Tibbs, you eventually make your way out into the main, the main building itself, out from the hallways. And you actually do catch a glimpse of Pride. He is currently still leaning against the wall near the coins counters, and he does notice as you two start to walk out. And it's like, oh, hello, Various. How are you doing, better?
Somewhat.
We've got donuts.
Yes,
I'm also sorry about the couch.
Yes, I saw Gluttony go back there with something from Kipling for all of you.
Now, Seeley, I can't remember if Tibbs or Various have met Kipling.
I don't think they have. No. I think it's
Heard
just
the
been
name.
Flix. It was Flix that encountered Kipling before.
I think Freyas might have. I think they went to a bakery once. I don't know.
No. Kipling
just
was
making sure.
around with the Jericho business. So it's only been Flix that has met them. Face to face,
Okay.
at least.
So who the bloody hell is Kay? It makes sense then.
Well, Gluttony did tell you Kipling.
Yes, and he's like, oh, it's Kipling. He's like,
But you have no idea who it is.
yes, Kipling. Who the fuck is Kipling?
Yeah. But, but Pride does give a slight chuckle and it's like, Gluttony's He's a bit of a big softy, but they wanted to send you something to help you feel a little bit better while you're waiting for your friend to kind of catch their feet, as they say.
May not have been as warm as courtesy may have.
Does he have many sharp teeth in his stomach?
I sort of opened the door and was face to face with them.
You see Pride kind of grimace. It's like, yeah, I imagine seeing their mouth at that eye level is not exactly very pleasant. They are called gluttony for a reason.
I shouldn't be concerned, right?
No, he wouldn't hurt a fly. In fact, he, as well as I'm aware of, he's probably made what is in that box for you, handmade.
And who's Kipling?
Kipling is his partner. You see, positives and negatives must be paired with an opposite. So for Gluttony, who is a negative like myself, Kipling is his partner, a positive.
Ah, like magnets.
Pardon?
Nothing. It's fine.
Regardless, it's
Like, do
to keep
magnets
things in
work?
balance. It's to keep things in balance, which currently is not the case, as there is a distinct lack of positives compared to negatives. In
And
fact,
what is the reason for the lack of positives? Not enough happy thoughts in this place?
no. I don't know if you've noticed, but our kind are actively hunted down.
What isn't hunted in this location?
Let's just say that all but Leonard and Glacier don't view us as being primordials. They view us the same malcontent that they do with an outsider.
Oh, good.
It was why we're so willing to help you, is because we know how it feels.
Do we
We've been
need to be
there.
careful with Flix?
I would say yes. Right now, no doubt Astra and Zenith are letting them know how to hide, what to say, what to do, and giving them the rundown of everything. That is why it's taking so long, I'm afraid.
And they expect Flix to actually stay low.
Well, you'll have to see when things come down to it. Hi, kitty. Hi. Wanna say hi?
Oh,
Why
I
is
heard
there
a
a cat
noise.
on you?
What? What was that?
Why is there a cat on you?
My cat Peanut decided to jump on the back of my chair and decided to try sniffing the microphone. Okay. Yes.
Why'd you knock Peanut down?
I didn't. I reached back to pet her and she jumped down. Anyway. But Pride will kind of shrug his shoulders before, like, well, if you're looking for your friend Rose, as well as Frias, they've already run off. Frias, I saw head toward the bar, and I pointed your friend Rose in that direction as well.
Maybe we should just wait where Flix will reconstitute, as you said, and the others will join us there. Wouldn't want these donuts to fall or anything like that. Not right, Belua. See? He agrees. Would you say no to him? He's asking if Pride would say no to Belua.
Pride just looks at Belua, looks at Tiberius, looks back at Belua.
Velio's still got a few splinters in his fur.
Pride will kind of lean over and just kind of take a few of them out of the fur. Just like when you take something off of a cat's fur, it's like you got something on you.
Oh. So, should we just wait here, or should we go and find the others?
Well, like I said, it's still going to be some time before I can go take you to your friend. So I'd say wander around a little bit.
All right.
Wait, aren't you? You're actively hunted. We're actively hated, and you want us to wander around without any kind of assistance?
Well, I think he means here in the casino.
Well,
I can do that.
not
That
only
was your-
that.
Wait.
Well, not only that, but here in Walta, many people actually see you as a hero. You are aware of that, right? Glacia did sing your praises.
That's
He
quite
also
Glacia physically sung.
he
Did
also
that hurt anybody?
he also
Was he
said
breaking the ice?
he also said that if anyone wanted to get through to him, they needed to get through us first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not quite sure that. Mm,
Oh, various would be fine. We've dealt with far worse than what these individuals could throw at us. If the guild hasn't pointed a large enough target, if the guild hasn't painted a large enough target on our back by now, we might as well make ourselves known to everyone.
I would just, and Pride kind of looks at both of you. It's like, I would just recommend staying away from anyone that looks too drunk. Usually, when people lose a lot of money, they tend to get violent.
I think
Wait,
that we
Can
have
I
something to.
get drunk?
Oh heavens, yes.
To
If-
shreds, you say?
Shreds, you say.
Go ahead, Jen.
I think that we have plenty of backup in that case.
All right,
Thank you for your help.
of course. I'll come and find you when it's time to go.
So we have to
And-
carry around this box of donuts. That will hopefully not go stale by the time we see Flix. Who knows how long this reconstitution.
If you remember what Gluttony said, those donuts are for you guys, sent by Kipling to help soften, you
The
know. So you're free to eat them.
Oh yeah. Tiberius has to
Except
watch.
the only one that ate them was Flix.
Yes, Tiberius has to watch his figure after all.
Oh yes, his girlish figure. Heavens forbid.
Yes, sure, his figure.
Don't want to grow any tentacles.
Listen, how they get
Not
eaten is
before they're due.
how they get eaten is none of your business, and you're not going to be paying attention when it happens.
Who's this type?
Tiberius, my is saying it's hungry. Oh, it's all right. It's just rumbling. No, literally, it's talking to me. I'm hungry.
Yo, it's my dad. Ooh, big shoes to fill.
But as you guys begin to head out into the casino, East, can you give me a 1d20?
Uh-oh.
Sure.
If anything happens, it's your fault.
Okay.
Ow!
I say it takes you a decent amount of time. You wind up going to the bar area, the little elevated bar area, looking for Freas initially, only to find that she's not there. In fact, the barkeep there will tell you that she just left, like you just missed her. And you're like, great. So they point you in the direction of where Freas had headed off to. And I'd say it takes you about 10 minutes before you're actually able to catch sight of her.
Brius, over here.
She turns around, looks at them, goes to put the glass down somewhere, and approaches.
Well, how's how are things going with you so far?
Oh, I'm quite okay. It's really noisy and bright in here. Is everyone else doing okay?
I can only assume so. I met with Pride and then started looking around for you. I haven't checked on Tiberius or Varius yet.
Well, I just hope they haven't left the building. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure at least Bellio would have notified if they had gone somewhere.
And the moment you say that, they come into your view. You see Various and Tibbs, as well as Belua behind them carrying what looks to be a pink cake box.
Oh, speaking of the little critters, she'll point over in the direction where they're coming from.
Oh yeah.
And Tibbs and Various, you see Rose and Frius. They're kind of at what you would consider a crossroad in a casino, where you got a bunch of tables on one little quadrant, some slots in the other, and you got like craps tables and roulette tables in the other quadrants. Kind of like where a bunch of the various gambling games meet, kind of like an essential area of the casino.
Ah, perfect. Now we can play some games before we leave. As a group.
You could.
Let's just go check on them.
Yep, lead the way.
Varys will start heading in that direction.
Okay, and Rose and Frius, you'll see that the two buttons haven't eaten noticed you and are walking up to you guys. And I'd say surprisingly, at least at this time of night, the casino has quieted down a little bit. So it's a little bit easier to not have to raise your voice to talk to everyone.
Rose, Freya.
Yeah, I was I guess we were just about to go seek both of you out.
We
Are
told my
that-
pride that
are
he'd come and
things
get us when... Sorry,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
I was just about to ask if things were going all right with the two of you.
Wonderfully. Thick as thieves.
And Bellio has found a new thing to play with, pointing at the box.
It is a box filled with those confectionaries that Flix used to love devouring. We figured that we were going to keep them for when Flix, well, we met them again, and we could hand some over. No doubt he'll be famished after the reconstitution.
I need to do a personal roll really quick.
Okay. Holy!
There may be a little bit of powdered sugar around Belloa's mouth.
Oh no, it's gone rapid. We gotta put them down.
Got a taste for sugar, boys. We gotta put it down. Oh god, imagine Bellevue on a sugar high.
Oh no!
Oh,
Crunch, but another 7
Big.
feet taller.
Crunch but big.
I mean, at least it's only that type of white powder.
oh.
No.
Oh no!
Oh no.
You actually see Freya look back at a random glass that's sitting actually on a regular table, not like a casino table. It's like, yeah, I think I'm good with sugar for now.
And as you're saying that, Frias, you see someone who's dressed as a waiter kind of come around, picks the glass up, puts it onto a sort of tray that they're carrying, and carries it off.
So, what are we doing now? Because I have the feeling that none of us are quite ready to have any sort of heart-to-heart.
I thought we've already had multiple heart-to-hearts, but honestly, I think it's best we get this over with. I'm sure
Well,
at least
we've been,
someone misses somebody else.
well, we've been told that it will be some time.
Yes, apparently he's not quite ready yet.
Well, we do have someone currently laying on a couch we should probably deal with.
Hmm?
Flix's original form.
His body,
Trying to put it nicely.
you know, the body you just put on the couch and left.
Freya's
Listen,
made it look nice. You shush.
I'm just saying.
Jesus.
Wait.
Dark.
I swear to God, if there's a Weekend at Bernie's scene happening here, I'm going to laugh. We're Let's go, dude. Even Daddy's partying.
Oh no.
We get back
Let's
and it's
hope
just
that-
it's just
Oh,
a
it's
pile of glitter on the couch. Like, oh no, they've escaped.
Either that or Ridley and Pyra are
The Dino Nuggies attack.
Oh.
Okay, let's
What do we miss?
nothing.
It's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
Yes, we should go get the body, and I guess is it possible to bury something
Hunt it down.
in this place? Is
Or
that
do
even
you-
I
allowed?
mean, you could ask Rose to cremate.
Or do you
Yeah.
do a ritual of departing?
I honestly have no idea.
I'm only
but,
familiar with burials, so
but I mean, there is a backyard to the house. I'm sure it'd be trivial to make some room there to put the body under.
Viking funeral. As far as you're aware, Rose, you don't know of any burial rites for primordials, considering the fact that, well, when a primordial dies, that's it.
I'm sort of glad that none of our characters are like gardeners. If we're going to be burying Flix in our backyard.
We're not gardeners yet.
No.
yet.
Let's go. And
Do the Fae care what happens to a body of their own?
You don't know.
No, I
We-
don't. That's why I'm asking.
We could always go to Auntie. You guys keep talking about her and apparently whoever Jericho is.
well, if you would like, you and Rose could go down to find Auntie or go to Fire. If that's where I think that we knew that the Fae had to go to Fire because of what happened to
Yes.
the inn.
You're aware.
So you could go to Fire with Rose.
At the very
And we
least,
could
we should bring the body back to someone who knows what to do with Fae passings. I'd imagine they just poof into butterflies or some such.
somehow I don't think that it would be quite that simple.
And where will you two go?
Retrieve the body.
Oh. Yes, that would be fair. So,
And likely drop these off.
so what do you say, Rose? We go find some Fae and figure out what a proper burial is?
Yeah, that sounds like it might work best.
If not, you could go maybe find someone who makes gravestones and I can just bury them.
Somehow that sounded vaguely threatening.
Listen, we're gonna go bury a body, okay? I said we're gonna go bury a body, but there's no body. Not yet.
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing personal,
this
kid.
hurt Nova. You know exactly what's going on, and it hurts twice as much for me. Yeah.
But you guys are splitting the party after I just got you all back together.
No, we're not necessarily. I mean, we just have to get the body and then go back if they want to wait.
Yeah, it's literally just the rabbits going home, and then Rose and Freya's going, "Hey, what's going on?"
Okay.
And then Rose and Freya's going home.
Tibbs, we need to do something extreme.
I'm
Yeah.
on it. Sunglasses.
Anyway,
Belia
As you
would
guys-
yeet somebody over the firewall.
but you guys begin to leave the casino. For the most part, no one stops you. After all, Pride did say that he would come find you when they're ready to go. And he always finds you. He's very good at that. But You have no real troubles making your way out of water and back to the Foundry. The portal doesn't even seem to glitch out, not this time at the very least. Seems pretty stable today. But as you pass into the Foundry, you notice that the sky above you is much darker than it was when you originally left, indicating that it is indeed nighttime.
Curfew.
It is not quite curfew yet. However, as you begin to make your way out of the water district into the central district, you notice that there seems to be a lot of activity. There's a lot of people who seem to be hanging up paper lanterns around the entirety of the central commerce ring.
Ooh.
In
Now-
fact, there's a lot of lights seeming to be put up everywhere based on the district, as well as
Okay.
a lot of stage equipment being moved into the central council chamber area. There's also a lot of white tents being set up, and just a lot of preparation is being done.
Rose, wouldn't you know anything about this, or
It's probably that planar vision thing that was being advertised.
Hmm.
I want
Yeah.
nothing to do with it.
Oh,
I honestly thought it was tomorrow.
it is.
Oh. I'm like, oh geez, wait, time's gone. What's happening?
So long as Flix isn't around, we don't have to worry about it. But it would be a great standoff if something were to be, I don't know, sang for his part or something, because he would have loved to be in this. Perhaps we get it before he reconstitutes. He can put on a performance.
But as you guys make your way into the fire district toward your home, can you all give me a perception roll, please?
I don't wanna.
Perception.
Okay.
Oh boy, it's going good.
Okay.
Damn.
Darn.
I'd say everyone. Rose and Tiberius, you definitely will see something, while Freas and Varius just barely didn't get the chuck. But Rose, as you kind of wind into your front lawn, same with you, Tiberius, you notice that on the inside of your windows, there's a ton of blue butterflies.
Oh no.
On the inside a window.
Inside, yes.
Rose, do you have butterflies in your stomach?
Gotta call the exterminator.
Oh god, that was good.
Got ants. Flying
This
ants.
is how you get fey butterflies. You want some fey? This is how you get some fey.
You left some glitter out.
If Freya's hasn't noticed and nobody's
Butterflies are
pointing
good.
anything
Ro-
out, she's
Ro-
still going for the door.
Rose is going to raise a hand. Wait.
Nope. Tiberius is going to
Rose
put
is
that.
like,
No,
"Don't open that
Tiberius is going to put the hand
door."
down. No. Let's let this happen.
And do you open the door, Freas?
If she doesn't catch on to whatever they're saying.
Open that door, Freya. Nothing bad could possibly go wrong. You got this. 100%. And 11.
If Rose doesn't stop them and Tiberius is quiet, she's gonna open the door thinking nothing.
And as you open the door, can you make me a dex save?
I
Motherfucking
don't
butterflies
wanna.
every time.
Oh, that's not bad.
Motherfucking butterflies every time.
And yeah, as you open the door, maybe you catch a glimmer of something, but immediately you get behind the door as just this horde of butterflies just come spewing out of the front door, followed by a trail of glitter as they fly off.
Oh, that is going to take forever to get rid of.
There's glitter all over the place.
That stuff is there forever now. To remind you.
I am still not cleaning this up.
Well, at least it'll be easy to find our front door.
And Various is going to continue inside to look at the couch.
Inside, the couch is covered in glitter. Like I'm saying, like whatever the original color of this couch was is no longer that original color. It is nothing but caked glitter.
It is now a glitter couch.
Glitter couch is best
It's a
couch.
glitter couch now.
Now we see a disco ball and you got it made.
There's still a few butterflies kind of hanging around, like perched on furniture and bookshelves and stuff like that. But yeah, that couch is now covered in so much glitter that you could probably dust it off and it would still not get rid of it.
Well,
suppose. Oh,
I guess
sorry.
we don't have to bury a body anymore.
I don't know. Is this? You sure that the glitter isn't the body? I mean, he did have a lot of it. It could just be that it released itself upon his demise.
Let's.
Explosion, yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't exactly want to sit in Flix.
I-
No,
I'm okay.
I have no words.
I'm okay.
So
Okay.
Various is going to blink at this and then slowly step past it and to the kitchen, pick up the box that he left there earlier. Bella was going to set down the donut box that might be a little lighter now.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Roll me a 1d12.
Oh no.
Just 1d12. It's about 4 donuts lighter.
God damn it.
And
So it's a total of 8 left in there.
he's going to start up towards his room, keeping an eye out for Ridley or Pyra.
I'd say that Ridley and Pyra are actually asleep on Varys's bed. Specifically his pillow. Like, you know when sometimes cats will go like into the very center of the pillow and lay
Yeah.
there? That's what they're
Yeah.
both doing.
Aww.
Aww.
There's a moment where Freya's is examining a couch before trying to quickly catch up with Various and like, Various, you still wouldn't happen to have those seeds, would you?
Seeds.
The pepper seeds for Pyra?
Yes, I still have those.
I'm not going to bed right away. I might as well at least attempt some gardening.
Yes, let me go get those and I need to. Yes, seeds. And he continues into his room to go and get those for
And she'll at least meet Various at the top of the stairs.
Alrighty, let me see how many seeds I had.
They've all burned to a crisp.
No,
I
they
think
don't
I
do that.
had 3.
I think you've had 3, yes. Because I think you've fed her 3 times so far.
The seeds were
Yes.
actually glitter.
Oh no. And
Yep,
he'll
it's actually cake. Now everything in the house is actually glitter. Touch the door? No, it's glitter.
Oh no, that means Rose is glitter.
Everything is glitter. Flix's
Just
parting gift. Glitter. Never getting
just-
rid of it.
we just
Oh.
occasionally hear a little whoosh as poor Rose touches something that has glitter on it. And Rose
No.
is like, gosh darn it.
The best part, does anybody remember who all else is in the house? An old eldritch god who might also have some glitter?
Oh,
It's fine.
the glitter snakes. Glitter snakes.
Oh,
Yep.
I forgot about them too.
He's got glitter in his eyes.
Yog is not pleased.
Yog is not pleased.
Yog was just like looking in the mirror. It's like, what is going on? Oh god, no!
Yog's like, damn it, another fate exploded.
Not again!
But I'd say, yeah, you actually find the glitter, the water snakes in your room too, Various. They're with Pyra and Ridley. And they're also asleep, but they seem to be asleep inside of what looks to be a bowl in your room. So it looks like just a bowl of water snakes.
Who
Covered
put
in
the
glitter,
bowl in
mind
there?
you.
Where did the bowl come from?
You don't know.
How's Belly's bowl?
Yog.
Did-
When we leave, Yog's just like patrolling around the house doing things.
Yogs
I'm
are
not saying
ghosts.
nothing.
Yogs are
Yogs are
ghosts.
Haunted. It's not haunted. It's an elder god.
That's pretty much as haunted as
Same
it
thing.
gets.
Same thing.
Yog just going around like, this interior decorating is terrible.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And again, what his preferred interior decorating is probably eyes in the walls and circus motifs and
But yeah, when Various brings the seeds back, Freya's go into the backyard and try to attempt some gardening.
Okay. As you do that, I'm guessing that's when do Rose and Tibbs plan on still Rose does Rose I cannot English. Do you guys still plan to go outside for the rest of the night? If not, then there's something special I want to do.
oh,
Well, there's no
Tiberius
more
is gonna-
body to bury, so
Tiberius is going to be watching where the butterflies go after they spew out of the house in the torrent of flutter.
They seem to just be going every which way. You have a distinct feeling that you're just going to continue to see them from now on.
Oh, good.
they better bother Moderocked.
But in
Monarch
fact,
has unending butterflies now. He can't get rid of them. They're
can't
there
get rid of
forever.
them. This is
No matter how hard he tries, it's now his fake curse. Enjoy it, jackass.
But okay, Freya, since do you want to do gardening for the rest of the night, basically?
yeah.
I would like you to roll a nature check, please.
Big bucks, no whammy.
All whammy, no bucks.
I'd
Oh,
say you're not too familiar with this particular type of seed, so you don't know the depth it needs to be buried at. You don't know what temperature, how much water it is, so you're kind of taking a crapshoot in the dark with this.
You're using lemonade, not even water.
No, you're using Brondo.
Oh, Brondo.
It's got what plants
Uh,
crave.
Oh, plants crave. True. This is very, very true. Brondo does got what plants crave.
So you kind of plant these pepper seeds into the ground. There's no like stakes in the ground for anything to grow on, so you just gotta put them in the ground. It's like, okay, I guess that works.
Uses hot water because thinking cold water would be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay, then we're gonna turn to Various. What will you like to do for the rest of the night?
Various is gonna just keep sort of looking over the coat. He'll eventually want to try another summon familiar spell, but since he hasn't gotten the go ahead to borrow or to take one of the gems that they have, he's not going to push it at this moment.
What would you like to investigate the code for?
Butterflies.
Like, do you want to do any scrying on it? Do you want to look through the pockets or anything?
Probably both, since it's going to be all night. Probably a little bit of scrying, also checking the pockets, seeing if there's any clear signs it's from
Okay.
who it's indicated it's from or where it's from.
Which do you want to do first?
Yes.
Probably the easiest one first. So check
Searching
the
the pockets.
pockets.
Okay. So as you begin to search the pockets of the summoner's garb, the first few don't really yield much. You do find that there are plenty of pockets on the inside of the coat. In fact, there's actually quite a lot of pockets to store reagents, trinkets, and the like throughout the entire coat. But as you check the front breast pocket, there's something inside of there. It feels metallic in a way, but as you pull it out,
Mini bear trap.
but as you pull it out, it seems to be some sort of charm bracelet.
Oh.
You recognize this charm bracelet, Various.
Oh. This is fine.
In fact, this is a charm bracelet left behind when you left for the academy.
Oh, so this isn't even from that person. This
Mhm.
is like from family.
This is, in fact, you recognize this. This is something your mother made you.
Oh.
There's various little charms, little depictions of little vegetables, little magical symbols, and there is a note attached to it. And it simply says, "Never forget where you're from."
Oh, I'm sure that's fine. Right, guys?
Thumbs up.
Tiberius says, I wish I stopped at 7.
But
Oh,
yes. You don't know
okay.
how the person who gave you this coat got a hold of this, but it's definitely unmistakable. And not only
Oh,
that, but the writing on the note is your mother's handwriting.
oh, that's good. That's oh,
However, as you're looking over the note, you notice something very distinct.
oh no.
This note is old.
Oh,
It was not written recently. In fact, some of the edges of the paper are frayed, dictating that it's been some time since this note was made.
oh.
Mhm.
Various is going to look at this and slowly just slip it onto his wrist if it still fits.
It still fits.
Is going to try and steady himself and take a deep breath before slowly starting to set up for trying to scry or use magic to, because he knows what the coat can do, but he
Mhm.
doesn't know where it's from or if there's any sign of who got it here and how they got around Rose's awareness.
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Hey,
Sure, this
hey, Various.
yeah.
You might not want to know this, but maybe N might have been a disguise of someone. Just saying.
Mm,
Nice. Okay, very. As you begin to utilize a scrying spell, almost the divination of the robes itself, you start to see strange runic patterns sort of appearing and flickering around the coat itself, as if there is still some residue of the magic that was used to bring it here. In fact, it almost seems to glimmer from the sand as well. You don't know the exact nature of this magic, however, even with that high of a roll, because this is not a magic you have encountered personally. However, at the edge of your hearing, as you begin to see these runes and these speckles of magic, you hear the ticking of a clock. And then as soon as you see it all, it fades away as the spell fades.
uh,
This is fine.
yeah, this is all fine.
Is there
He's already checked it for like traps and stuff before.
It's not trapped.
So he's slowly gonna pick it up and slowly going to pull it over his shoulders and pull it on.
Okay. Nothing really happens when it happens. Just feels like a nice, cozy, warm coat. I will have you roll perception, however.
Oh. No.
No, you don't notice anything.
Oh.
This is fine.
It's fine. But as that happens, we're going to turn the camera to Tibbs. Tibbs, what will you be doing for the night?
Step 1, find Freyas.
Freas is out in the backyard.
Excellent. Step 2, talk to Freyas.
Freas is currently trying to plant seeds in the ground. They don't
Perfect.
seem to realize how.
Perfect. She's distracted. Oh, Freyas.
Oh, hello.
Apologies for not having our discussion earlier that you wanted to have, but I was wondering, that deck of cards you found, where is it?
She's gonna squint at him. It's in my possession. Why do you ask?
Oh, I was wondering if perhaps I could take a look at it, because I've been told that it's quite dangerous. I was hoping that I'd be able to, well, to be frank with you, trade it off for something that could be far more beneficial rather than something that could kill us all.
Trade it to whom?
A collector.
Being honest will get you much further.
It is honesty. It's a collector. Dias, the strange one with the black, oozy bits in the eyes. But they've warned me that this thing could, in all reality, cause rather painful death to us. If you wish, you could come with me and he could describe it to you, but I was figuring I'd try and save you the trouble as you're quite busy right now.
Well, seeing as how this isn't going very well, and it's
Oh,
getting
nonsense.
well,
I'm sure I see a sprout. I have no
you've
idea.
never worked with plants, have you?
No.
I should honestly get out a little more. Maybe being stuck at home's. And also, it's almost past curfew, so why not have a little fun?
I'm not
And
worried with you, are you?
She just, after she makes sure everything's fine, levels out the dirt, few pats, stands up, just wipes off the hands, like, I'd rather join and figure out what Deus thinks of it.
Always good to find a new hobby, I guess. Fine, come on, we'll go take a look. Drop it off to him, see what he can give you in return. Just keep it if you wish, but I'd prefer if you didn't get turned inside out or whatever it is this thing does.
Oh, it's magically bound by some chains, but yeah, making something useful would be much better.
Very well. We'll let the others know that we're off to get, tots? Tots. We'll say tots.
She's just looking at him and then
Like,
just
what are-
shakes her head and is like, yes, tarts, whatever.
Two
Watch
girls
it.
with tots.
They get there and it's not tarts, it's tater tots.
Now, what are these?
My brain heard a different word, so I just said both, and it's like, whatever.
Tater
So-
tarts.
Ugh.
The outside is the potatoey bit, and the inside is just creamy filling.
Well, I mean, if they can make donuts out of potatoes,
I'm not gonna
you're
lie.
not
there's-
wrong.
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
Have
I
we
mean,
have we
I'm-
created a new recipe?
I mean, imagine like a crispy outside, like a hash brown tater tot, but inside's like a jam filling.
Yeah.
That could work.
Is
Anyhow,
this homework?
Tiberius is then going to kind of just wander towards the front door with Freya.
So let's briefly go to Rose. What are you doing for the night before we focus on the misadventures of Frias and Tiberius?
Hey!
Have Frias and Tiberius left yet?
No, they are heading toward the front door, however.
Oh, Rose will actually, contrary to what they're saying earlier, would actually be at least trying to like sweep some of the glitter away that's outside in front, so that it doesn't look like it's on their property.
Give me a 1d20.
Oh
you need it after
no!
watching Rose do this.
just natural one, the entire yard becomes it.
Okay, you're able to get a good bulk of the glitter kind of swept off to the side, kind of like you're raking leaves. But you can't get all of it. At this point, your front lawn's got a permanent sparkle to it. Almost like, you know, when your lawn has the morning dew sparkle to it, it's gonna be all the time now.
Poor Rose can't get away from Faye, man. Even in death. Poor Rose just can't escape it.
Oh, thank the old father, we have curtains.
You got the inside to deal with, too.
Oh, fuck the inside. That's a lost cause.
We don't talk about the inside.
The neighbors can't judge you if they can't see in the windows.
From Twitch chat, it's fate. Thank you, Dyer.
God
love
damn
it.
it.
Oh no.
Hey, at least you didn't fail.
But yeah, Tibbs and Freya's, as you kind of walk out onto the front porch, you can see Porvos just sweeping up a bunch of glitter. It's in a pile now. You could probably, it's kind of like like I said, like raking leaves, just a big pile of glitter.
Rose, couldn't you just ask that we all leave the premises and then, I don't know, turn everything to fire?
I'm not sure the
This-
rest of the neighborhood would enjoy that.
Also, I think this glitter might be fire resistant. Just a hunch.
If it was Flix, that would be his last haha.
Anyways, what brings you two on out?
Yeah, we're going to see a friend about a trade.
Slowly looks at night sky.
We're friends.
Can I do an insight check on Tiberius?
You may, and Tiberius,
Everyone should do an insight check on Tiberius.
About
what would you like to roll in? So, are you trying to be deceptive at all, Tiberius, or are you being genuine?
I mean, genuine.
You have no friends.
just to see if Rose catches on to what they mean by going to see about trade.
Okay. So, persuasion versus insight.
Yep.
Yeah, Tibbs is pretty genuine, actually. Surprisingly, like, this is different.
He's got nothing in his sleeve. As soon as he leaves, he has everything up his sleeve. That son of a...
It's like,
Slowly looks at night sky.
Yeah, you you go have go take care of your business, have fun. I'm just gonna chill here for the evening.
Is that a pun?
If you wanted to be, I guess.
Ah, I saw. I thought you were warming up to the idea.
Wow. Wow.
And with that, do you want to take our 15-minute break here, guys?
Yeah.
I'm good with
All
that.
right, let's go ahead and take our break.